I'm going to cut myself down on my phone there. So we had a big day today in Jackson. I'm going to get this production stuff right here at some point. Just one thing or another, isn't it? I appreciate everybody texting me and chiming in there. Real haters wouldn't even tell you. They would just let you roll on and be like, ha 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 ha. We got him. Trying to silence the message. But so where do we start? I'm going to start at the bottom of the list and work my way up here as with the latest news first. UMMC. Now, this is latest news to me because when I saw it. So let me clarify. UMMC had the audacity to try to use cuss words to scare us into wearing masks. Now, look, I think we have all just about damn submitted against our will with these masks publicly. You know, I wear one on here joking every now and then because I'm a stylish mofo, and if I get a mask that matches my shirt, I may rock it for a minute. I ain't gonna lie. So UMMC, Dr. Dobbs included, I saw it on his Twitter. They tweeted out this photo here, and it says, "The COVID crisis in Mississippi is worsening. The outlook for hospitals is grim." Now, look, I cuss. I have no problem with it, but I do find it funny when a state hospital says, "Wear the damn mask. Wash your hands. It's not a big deal." And who wrote this? An intern? Stop social gatherings. The virus is spreading unchecked. 18 to 29-year-olds equal fastest growth of new cases. Let me stop it right there. Where was this energy when the Black Lives Matter protests and the George Floyd protests were going on? I don't recall. Actually, I recall these mother bleepers out on the lawn taking a knee in front of UMMC, whatever they call it, and bowing down to those protests. So now, y'all don't go out. Don't live your lives. I wasn't even going to start here, but just reading that. 18 to 29-year-olds equals fastest growth of new cases. You are not bulletproof. Man, that is rich. Rich, rich, rich. Where was this energy when the Black Lives Matter protests were going on? Now, I made it clear, I love protests. I am all for it. Freedom of speech, baby. I am a constitutionalist absolutist. First Amendment absolutist. I don't care what your message is. I don't care what it is. I will take a bullet for you to have your right to say it. I don't care if I agree with it or not. But don't shake the finger at everybody when it doesn't fit your narrative. So there is no cure. But the way they acted when the BLM protest came through, I thought it was waving a magic cure. Out there bowing down in the grass in front of UMC. There is no cure. Preventing the spread is much more effective than supportive care. This is not just a COVID patient problem. We are struggling to find hospital beds for all patients who are ill or injured. Healthcare is doing its part. Now do your part. # please don't make this worse for us. Nurses, go take another little cute photo. Holding your papers like, please do this for us. Go take a knee somewhere else. Man, I mean, I love y'all. I really do. I've got a ton of nurses, and I don't say I got too many doctor friends. We didn't run in the same circles growing up, to say the least. But I'm married to a nurse. You know? But please, stop with this nonsense. It's ridiculous. And don't cuss at me. Don't say damn to me. Whew. Wound up. Wore this New World Order shirt for a reason tonight. Because that's how they're acting. You know, if you listen to enough conspiracy theory radio like Alex Jones and stuff, you know, this crap here seems less and less crazy. It's like, you used to think Alex was crazy. You know? But it's like the older we get, the more real it gets. In 2020s, man, it's peeling the layers back. I mean, they all but admitted aliens were real today, which, I mean, we knew that. You know, it's just how sophisticated are they? But I digress, man. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. They ain't nurse heroes. I'm reading some comments here. How about them false positives that change days later at UMMC? Now, I don't know much about that. I'm not going to get a whole lot into that. I will say it's suspicious. I've had a couple family members that checked off every box for COVID. Took 2 tests. 3 family members here. Took 2 tests. All of them came back negative, but checked off every box. Then I've got friends who were positive and never had a symptom. You know, and I guess I'm just curious, are people because normally on social media yearly, and you know, we've been doing this long enough now with social media that we put everything out there, and your Facebook memories will be a real telltale of that. We're very seasonal people. I have not seen a single post this year about somebody having the flu, a sinus infection, pneumonia, nothing. I don't know if it's somewhat people not wanting to be, you know, pinned with that scarlet letter of having had COVID and having to miss work and quarantine and all that. There's a part of me that thinks like, this is spreading more. Let's just pretend it's as serious as they say it is and all for a reason. For a minute. I know people who have passed away, and God bless them. We don't want to lose anybody. 1 death is too many. But is it worth closing the world down over? Anyway, so let's just say, say you get sick. And you know if you get sick, you got to miss 2 weeks of work, most likely unpaid, depending on your employer. Like where I work, a lady called yesterday. And she was like, hey, I got exposed. I'm going to miss 2 weeks work. I need to work out a payment arrangement. Like, no problem. We work with folks. All good. But it got me to thinking. So, say I got sick. And I didn't want to miss 2 weeks of work. And had to be unpaid for 2 weeks. Would I just kind of tough through it just like I would a sinus infection? I mean, I really don't know. You know, I'm not just hurting. I'm not exactly living paycheck to paycheck, but you miss 2 paychecks, you get to living paycheck to paycheck pretty damn quick. You know? So how many people are doing that? How many people are sick, but they don't want to tell anybody? Like, I got the flu, but I don't want every damn body to think that I got COVID. You know, just food for thought there. Food for thought. Because I have not seen anybody talk about being any kind of other sick. Like, everybody's scared to death to say, I don't feel good. Like, I didn't feel good a couple weeks ago and missed the radio show, and everybody thought, oh, Clay's got COVID. But being a respectful human being that I am, and working around the ladies at the radio station and Napoleon, I didn't want to take a chance of getting them sick, especially the elder ladies over there. Miss Perry's been so good to me over at WPBQ. Super, super nice people. At the off chance I didn't feel good, I didn't want to get them sick, but woke up the next day, was fine. Sinus infection. You know? So, I don't know, man. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Everybody's scared to cough. Bro, we cough. We clear our throats. I mean, there was a song about it. Let me clear my throat. We clear our throats, bro. That's what we do. Anyway, on to the next thing. Now, I'm going to go national here for a minute. So if you don't like national, despite where you want to tune out, but you may agree with me. I don't care what side of the coin you're on here. Republican, Democrat, liberal. I guess that's 3 sides. But these woke mayors, particularly the one in Portland, joined the riots last night. And those are riots going on in Portland. They are firebombing the federal courthouse there. He joins in the melee, trying to show that he's down for the cause. Woke. So woke. And it got me to thinking, you know, well, they booed him and they said lock him up, or they were chanting something, you know, got to go, whatever his name is. They want him gone. call him Tear Gas Tim or whatever. They got some fancy little, nickname that most wokesters make for other wokesters. So, if this dude is literally threatening lawsuits against the president for sending in federal assistance, doesn't want any of it, making it impossible, he is as protester as you could possibly, as a mayor could possibly be, outside of maybe that jackass in Minneapolis. Well, and they want him gone, bro. What do they want? I mention this because our mayor here in Jackson claims to be the most radical mayor, wants to be the most radical city in the country. Bro, Portland's got you beat. A white mayor, a white liberal in Portland has got you beat, Chockway. You are a Republican. I mean, a hardcore mega Republican compared to the dude in Portland. So let's just pretend they do away with him. And look, the silent majority, the loud minority. It may just be a loud minority there in Portland that just hooting and hollering, probably don't even vote, right? That's usually the case. The loudest person in the room usually has the least amount of substance, except me. If I'm being the loudest person in the room, it's important. I kid. So, yeah, somebody said clout chasing mayors. This is exactly it, Casey. Casey's one of our great followers. We don't always agree, but I love Casey chiming in always. She's always got some cool stuff to say. Very thought out. Daryl, thank you, man. You're always following the page. Have been down since day one. Definitely appreciate Daryl. So bring that locally, right? When is it enough? When is it that, okay, you know what? We have got enough. You brought down the statues. You changed the names. You've done this. You've done that. You ain't paved a damn road, but, you've made us feel good inside. And when is it enough? What if these mayors aren't good enough for the hardcore white liberal and the wokester? What is? When is it enough? I don't know. What's next? I know. Some people don't believe me for one thing, and the ones that don't believe me and the other part think I'm just dead ass wrong. But I didn't care about the flag. Take the flag down. Didn't affect me. Everybody always said, well, man, if you give them that, they're going to want everything. What's next? What's next? I'm like, man, what could be next? Surely they wouldn't go after the First Amendment. Shit, I guess I was wrong. I mean, the First Amendment only matters if it's what the left wants. I don't get it, man. I don't. And I'm somebody that gets on here 3 or 4 nights a week and preaches about hang out with people different, it'll make you feel better. And it does me. I mean, I'm not going to sit here. This ain't about black and white. This is about left and right. So I want to be clear about that. Man, sit down and talk to somebody, man. Once this COVID stuff clears up somewhat and we can hang out without being guilt tripped, I would love to get everybody together in a room and let's either fight or hug it out or have a beer or something, man. I'm tired of this nonsense. All right, next. JPS. JPS is doing away with in-school learning for the fall semester. So at the earliest your kid can go back to a JPS school, from my understanding, unless I'm reading it wrong or they change their mind, is going to be the spring semester. So what would that be? Second week in January, I guess. It's weird calling that spring. That's just when it's the coldest it gets here. But I think it's a bad idea. I like the hybrid plan. Give people the option. Well, I like what Rankin County is doing. It's kind of one or the other. I wouldn't have a problem with the hybrid either. I don't have a kid in. Let me rephrase it. My blood daughter graduated this past year, lost her senior year for the most part. I guess it could be worse. My wife's daughter, my stepdaughter, she is going to 11th grade this year in Brandon, and kind of up in the air right now, trying to decide homeschool or virtual school or physical school, but it can't be both. Don't know if they can transition into school if they change their mind. It's kind of unknown yet as far as I know. I just don't think that going all in on virtual only is the only way to go. Let me see. JPS is giving computers out for virtual classes. Are you asking? They have no money to go all virtual. Okay, so you're asking if JPS... Casey asks, is JPS giving computers out for virtual classes? They don't have money to go all virtual. I would think not. I'll tell you a friend of mine on Facebook and in real life, Eddie Wright. He is a IT guy. He's done a ton of stuff in the city of Jackson. He has a great barbecue company, Eddie Wright Barbecue. I saw a post where he made on his personal page earlier that if anybody in JPS is having any issues with computers, getting a computer up to date, technology, anything, any questions you may have concerning virtual learning and the technology your kid is going to need for that, Eddie Wright, WRIGHT, super good dude, veteran, love that guy. Can't say enough good things about him. He's your guy, and I will go back if he's not watching tonight. I'll go back and tag him in a post either in the comments here or on the Facebook page, and he can get you going in the right direction. So what do y'all think about that, man? No school for Jackson kids. No physical in-school school. How many parents does that hurt? Let's look at the trickle down. Let's bring it back home. How many parents that have to get up and go to work every day now have to figure out something to do with their kid? Because initially, a lot of folks didn't have to work also. Things were shut down, maybe got laid off, whatever the case may be. I don't know what the exact percentages of that are. Sucks. Really sucks. I know some people that'll be directly affected. In my age group being 42, we're getting a little further and further removed from having younger kids. A lot of our kids, with the exception of a few of my friends, our kids are in high school or getting close to getting out of high school or graduated already. Or at least they're old enough to stay home by themselves and kind of do the thing. But I worry about those kids because, man, I think back to when I was 15, 16 years old. I was trying to run with the big dogs in South Jackson, man. Wanted to be cool. It sounds corny saying all that now, but y'all get it. We all wanted to impress the older kids, older guys. Get out and break into crap and get in fights and do anything. Do everything we weren't supposed to be doing. So I'm really worried about that in Jackson. As a citizen, as an employee, as a born and raised Jacksonian. And with the shortage of police and given the JPD's current situation, I think it's a recipe for disaster. What are they going to do with fall sports? Is JPS going to participate in football? I'm going to cut my ceiling fan on. I'm not going anywhere. Y'all give me 2 seconds here. Is JPS going to participate in football? What does that do to, let's just, for the sake of arguing, let's say that JPS doesn't participate in football. What does that do to all the other schools in the area that had JPS on the schedule, a JPS school on the schedule? Wingfield, Forest Hill, Provine, Lanier, whatever. And I'm not saying that's important. But there's a trickle down effect to budgets. I met with some folks the other day, man, that do a lot of the big stuff in Pearl concerning their streaming and all that. And it just got me to thinking, man, that's a lot of missed revenue in advertising and this and that for these games that were going to be streamed, or a home game for one of these big 6A schools. That's a big revenue thing, for an athletic budget. Man, I hate it, man. What about these kids? Especially these Jackson kids, inner city kids, lower income, typically. The opportunities they may miss from a scholarship perspective by not playing a senior year of football. I've talked about this before. And one of my best friends, Jake Wimberly, hosts the ESPN Drive at 5 show from 3 to 6 every day on 105.9. He's really, really big into the high school football. He's the voice of the Brandon Bulldogs. Stern believer that football needs to be played. And it isn't just for our entertainment. Man, it's a big trickle down. These kids need to be... It's kids, idle hands are the devil's playground. We need these kids busy, playing sports, learning the responsibility that comes with that. I can't think of any negative to playing sports except a potential injury or something of that nature. All right, so sound off in the comments. What do y'all think about that? Hey, y'all do me a favor. Please share this video. Just hit that share button for me. Hit like, hit share, tag a friend you may think would find any of these ramblings of mine interesting. That goes so far for the page. I've seen our analytics this week. They are through the roof, man. Since we've started doing these live videos on a more consistent basis, they're pushing all of our other content through the news feed at a much higher clip. I'm seeing stuff getting 400 or 500. That picture of Frank Melton got shared almost 1,200 times. I've shared that picture a dozen times, joking around over the last year. That picture got shared almost 1,200 times. That's because y'all are pushing it through to more news feeds and in front of more people when y'all hit the share button. It goes a long way. They may not watch it right now, but people may get an hour later. People may be out doing family stuff, whatever right now. But our videos do really well over a couple days after it airs. So thank y'all, man. That means so much to us for y'all to do that. All right, so next, Gerard Gibbert posted a screenshot, or actually he hand-typed this out through some research and data collection that he did. So I want to pull up a screenshot. I'm going to read it to y'all. These are not my words. It is on the Facebook page. It is on our Instagram page. And remind me to backtrack to something a local hip-hop producer said to me on Instagram earlier. Love him to death, man. We live in the same neighborhood, but he couldn't be more wrong. So look, let me read what Gerard on his Mississippi Politics Facebook page said. He gave me permission to share this. All right, so and I quote, some 150 physicians, nurses, scientists, teachers have signed a letter addressed to political leaders, including the president, urging them to shut down the nation and to, quote, hit the reset button on coronavirus containment efforts. The document calls for a mandate limiting restaurants to takeout only and to shut down all so-called non-essential businesses. I hate that word. Sponsored by the Federation of Public Interest Groups, the PIRG, other recommendations include shelter in place, a nationwide requirement to wear masks indoors and outdoors. F you don't live in Mississippi if you try wearing a mask outdoors. And a ban on non-essential interstate travel. What? So, search giant Yelp reports that nearly 60% of businesses on its platform, this is huge. I want to start over here. Yelp reports that nearly 60% of businesses on its platform have shuttered permanently. That means closed down forever, ever. Forever, ever? Forever, ever. Closed down forever. 26,160 restaurants are closed for good. This should just about dust off the remainder. Bruh. 26,160. And that was at 5:06 today when I hit that screenshot. We've probably lost a couple more hundred nationwide since then, let's be honest. And we're working our way up towards Tate Reeves because I want to spend some extra time on that BS. We will lose so many more establishments here locally, and by locally I mean Mississippi as a whole. 60% of the businesses on Yelp. And most of it's probably because y'all's bad reviews, let's be honest. You Yelpers. Some of y'all are good. Most of y'all suck. I'm playing. Anyway, bad reviews suck, man. Don't go get bad reviews. Give honest reviews. There's a big difference. Bad, honest. People prefer honesty. So, alright. I'm back to my screen here so I can read your comments. 26,000 restaurants and over 60% of the businesses on Yelp have shuttered, closed down forever since the start of the coronavirus. And these people want to close more stuff back down. Man, let me just tell you, $1,200 ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. That little government stipend they gave us. That little shut the F up money. And then that little incentive, that $600 a week, which I know it's been helpful to a lot of y'all, and God bless you. If your situation required you needing that $600 plus the $290, so right at $900 a month, man, God bless you. I'm not mad at you if your situation required you having it. But man, we cannot incentivize people to not work by paying them more money not to work. And then guys like me who make right around that, a little more, a little less some weeks, getting up and going to work every day, which I do it because it's just part of who I am. I guess I could have quit and made the same thing, but then when it ends, what are you going to do? Hope you get your job back or a similar job? I'm not rolling those dice, but I just like getting up and doing stuff. I like being productive. I'm drinking PBR tonight. Somebody made a joke about it on the other night's, maybe it was last night's feed. So why aren't you drinking PBR? So I was in the store today and saw PBR and little red, white, and blue, little Pat's Blue Ribbon, as Kid Rock would say. I don't know, man. We can't shut. I'm not going to stay on this long because it's just kind of like running around a dog chasing its tail, but we don't need to shut anything back down. Let people be adults and fend for themselves a little. If you live with an elderly parent, if you are elderly, if you're a grandparent, whatever the case may be, if your health is susceptible to the coronavirus, put you in a bad situation, those are the people we need to figure out a way to take care of. If it's quarantining all of them and that want it completely 100% by choice, maybe rent out big blocks of hotels and say, we're going to turn these into temporary high-risk potential elderly homes or something like that. I don't know, man. There's some big hotels and resorts around here. The casinos got a bunch of empty rooms. I want to say it again so nobody misquotes me. 100% by choice. If you feel like you're at risk and you want to get into a bubble type atmosphere, maybe we should consider leasing out some of these big hotels that nobody can go to right now or is scared to go to in some of these resort towns. Send everybody down. Let the state flip that bill. Let the government flip that bill. That has got to be cheaper than telling all of America not to work and sending everybody a $1,200 check and $900 a week. I don't know. I'm not an economist. I'm just a realist. I don't know how to do algebra. The second you put letters in my math, you lose me. But I can count money. And if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So, just my opinion there. It would make a lot more sense to accommodate our elderly and our high-risk health folks than it would to play Hitler to all of the world or all of Mississippi. I'm not necessarily worried about everybody else. More concerned about what affects us immediately within a 100-mile circle of where I live right now. Okay, so all right, I got a couple things here. Let's start with Tate Reeves' executive order. Now, I haven't followed up. I saw something where he said it started tomorrow. As soon as he signed the papers, it was effective immediately. And then somebody sent me something where it said August 3rd. Do your own research. Figure out when it starts. I'll look when this is over and confirm. So Tate Reeves says it's all bars and restaurants' faults. If it wasn't for bars and restaurants, we wouldn't be in the situation we're in. Man, I'm just going to say BS. BS. It ain't like, where does Tate think the people at the bars and restaurants got the COVID that they're spreading from? Did you get a COVID hand stamp when you walked in the door? Like, there you go. Pop, pop on a little COVID real quick. Now go spread it to everybody. Come on, bro. That is not how this works. Most people are scared to death to go to bars and restaurants. I get it, man. There's some young folks. I got an 18-year-old daughter. I get it. I was 18. I owned a nightclub till I was 30, 42 now. I owned a nightclub till I was 37. I get it. I really do. Is a nightclub essential to everybody in the line of things that are important? No, but it is to the people that work there or play their music there or whatever that depend on that to pay their bills and to support their families. But I digress. They are not the problem. These super spreaders like Walgreens, Walmart, Kroger, CVS, you pick a national chain where people have to go. And you can say, oh, but Clay, those are essential. We got to get our groceries. Bro, we've been getting our groceries delivered. Is that foolproof? No, but we're trying, man. We really are doing our part here. No matter how much I get on here and bitch. My wife has been super astute about making sure we do our part when it comes to this and stay out of the grocery stores as much as possible. You know, Walmarts, places like that. I've been in them. Yes, absolutely. I mean, sometimes you just got to go. But I'm not in there doing stupid stuff. Like I discovered the other day that wearing my mask in Walmart was actually a good thing. Because most of y'all don't, well, I don't know. I am so ugly that some of y'all still recognize me. But for the most part, you got your mask on, got your hat on, kind of in and out. Nobody typically is. But that's where this stuff is spreading. And then to go blame it solely on the feet of restaurants and nightclubs is ridiculous. So here's what they're doing. This is the stupidest crap I've heard in a long time. And man, that's saying something for 2020. You can go to a bar and restaurant, but they cannot serve you alcohol at the bar. You can't walk up to the bar. You can't stand and mingle and hang out with your friends. You can't dance. You know, which I don't dance no more. I just shoulder lean anyway. But still. So you must be sitting down to get served alcohol. No alcohol after 11 p.m. Must stay seated. On a little gray area right here, they said 50% capacity, but they also said no more than 10 people inside. Social distancing, you can sit at booths with 6 people. I'm kind of confused on that. I need some clarification. I saw a WAPT thing, but it seemed more confusing than what the governor said. I was taking notes really quick at work, so either way. Let's just get back. Let's not bury the lead. You cannot stand inside a place that serves alcohol no more, except to pee, walk in, and leave. Can't play. I mean, I'm guessing that just takes pool halls completely out. I don't want to speak for nobody. I'm not going to name any places' names because I don't want somebody to just take it and say Clay said y'all were going out of business. Not what I said. But you know, y'all know places that got pool tables. Are you not allowed to stand and shoot pool and drink a beer anymore? I mean, pool tables are pretty well socially distanced. You know, if you've ever owned a bar, I mean, they've got to be X amount of feet apart. You're typically only playing with 2 to 4 people at the absolute most if you're playing pairs. Which I don't know, is that even a thing? It's been so long since I played pool, I don't even remember anymore. Capacity 6 to 10 or less at a table. Man, so now not only is COVID woke and is praised if you're doing a Black Lives Matter protest, praised that protests the COVID away. But now COVID knows if you're standing up or sitting down at a bar. But hold on now, you got to sit down. COVID's gonna get you. I know I sound stupid here, man, but what else do you say to that? How else do you even rationalize that or get it across? It's stupid, man. But you know where I'm absolutely positive, without even having to confirm, casinos are still open. I bet they don't have to quit selling beer or giving beer away or liquor away at 11 o'clock. Liquor stores, God bless them, still wide open. You know, just wear your mask in there and go stand asshole to elbows in line. You know, Which, God bless it. I'm glad they're open. Dealing with this nonsense. At least if I get shot in Jackson, I want to be liquored up when it happens. So, coming from a former professional partier and nightclub owner, I want to give y'all some advice on how to beat the 11 p.m. curfew. It's simple. Start early. Day drinking. Start early. Most of the people that still go to bars and hang out to 2, 3 in the morning, you know, you're probably a little younger. Got that energy. You know, man, I know this is a foreign language to a lot of people in Jackson, and it has been forever. But this may not be the curse that they want it to be. And it's up to you to make it not. Get out earlier. It's that simple. Get out earlier. Ladies, don't take 4 hours to get ready. I know, crazy idea. It's summertime. You're going to sweat anyway. Less is more. Throw your hair up. Put on a baseball cap. Chicks in baseball caps are cute anyway. Real talk. My wife is a smoke show all the time. But something super sexy when she wears a baseball cap. Throw on a baseball cap. Keep the sweat off your head. A little less makeup. Get on out. Period. Dudes, shower and go. Get home. Imagine this. Imagine getting to a bar at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. You're there for 3, 4 hours. 2 hours, 3, whatever. You do the math. It's not what I get paid to do. Versus waiting until 11:30 and 12 o'clock to show up and have to leave at 2 anyway. I'm not going to roll in your late night spots. God bless them. I love them. There's only 1 or 2 around here that are really late night spots, and not everybody goes to them. So let's just keep it to the majority here. Most places close at 2. Unless they're resort status and stay open all night, they have to close at 2 with the liquor laws. So you get out earlier. I know in the summertime, it's still daylight. Again, day drinking. It's fun. Do it if you're going to drink. I'm going to drink. So, day drinking. Try it. You're home by 11. This is really great. Y'all hear me here. You're home by 11. Stay up as late as you want, or you're asleep by 2. In bed. Even if you got to work the next day. And just, take a change of clothes to work with you. Change in the bathroom at work and just drive your butt straight from there to wherever. Again, I don't want to name anywhere because I don't want y'all saying I was talking bad about nowhere. If you're going to go out, go to Pops and go to the Hideaway, go to Capitol Grill. These are friends of mine that own these places. Go to Martin's. They're great Americans, great Jackson-owned business. Old Tavern, great places. I love those places. My favorite places in this town. Get an Uber home. Don't drink and drive. Get your Uber back to your car the next morning. Figure it out. Get the person you went home with to drop you back off. Whatever it is. Learn to prepare to go out and go straight from wherever you wake up back to work. Man, I did it for years and years and years. Kept a change of clothes and everything I needed in my car. God knows, me and Corey McDonald perfected it. Went to New Orleans on Fat Tuesday one year. Got told if y'all are late for work, don't come. We hit up Fat Tuesday, crashed at a hotel, and got back in time for our 8:45 sales meeting at Great Angels Ford back in 2011. So, if you really want to do something bad enough, you'll figure out a way to make it work. Now, with all that said, it sucks. I hate you got to do it. I really do. But it is doable. And the bars around here need to accommodate it, figure out a way to make it work for them. But it's going to take a buy-in from you guys. They're not going to be able to enforce this sit-down, bow-down nonsense. I wouldn't be too concerned about that. But there will always be that Karen that calls and reports it, just like the one we had to put on blast last week. But hey, look, as life goes. All right, I'm going to stroll through the comments here. I've been running my mouth a good bit. I'm kind of proud of myself, man. This is getting easier talking to a camera by myself. Thank y'all. I've seen the viewership go up a little bit here. Means a lot. It really does, man. Thank y'all so much for sharing this stuff. I'm just going to read some comments. So they seem a little out of context here. I'm just bouncing around. Mike says, this is a trial run. We're being just as hoped we would. Absolutely. I know exactly what you're saying. Probably goes back to my New World Order shirt here. Casey Alexander, it's just so many problems with JPS, according to Bernita. Absolutely. Tanya Bailey. Tanya, another great loyal follower and engager. Thank you so much. Tanya says, I can't watch him anymore. He makes my tumors grow. I'm assuming she's talking about Turncoat Tate. Farrah, hey, what's up? I see you there. Jason, love you, brother. Man, y'all go see Lakeland Glass and Tint. My buddy Cypher Napoleon went and got his windows did. If you're looking to get your windows tinted, Lakeland Glass and Tint. Nowhere else better. There's some other good places. Again, I'm not going to knock anybody, but I love Jason Anderson and the crew at Lakeland Glass and Tint. Can't say enough good stuff. This is free advertising. They don't pay me anything. Love those folks. Love those folks. Love those folks. Lakeland Glass and Tint. Let's see. Christy says, it is the grocery stores, Walmarts, Home Depots, etc. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. It's super spreaders. Goes back. That reminds me. So, Walgreens in Byram was back open tonight. I went up in there to get a prescription filled when I got off work. And their drive-thru is closed, which seems really weird to me, but I guess maybe they're shorthanded. So, somebody gets sick. They go to the grocery store, they go to the pharmacy. Now, wouldn't it just make sense, right, that would probably be a place that you don't want to go? There's sick people there. I know during flu season, if I got to get a prescription, like I take Ambien. Put my business out there. I take sleeping medicine. So once every month, I have to go and get my medicine filled. Well, if it's during flu season, I don't want to go inside Walgreens and take a chance of getting the flu. Like, I'm just going to breeze my butt through the drive-thru, touch as little as possible, hit my hand sanitizer, and go on about my business. Now, in the era of COVID, why in the blue hell would you want to go inside? And maybe they have these rules in place. I don't work at a pharmacy. I don't know. But wouldn't it make sense that if they get a prescription called in based on some kind of COVID, we know they don't have a vaccine, but some of the medicines that they're using to treat the COVID type symptoms, don't let those people come inside. It's like, no, you're getting prescribed this. You got to go through the drive-thru. Or we have arrange some kind of special touchless. If McDonald's and Chick-fil-A and these other places can come up with a way to do touchless drive-thrus, surely Walgreens can. I'm just using them as an example because it's the drugstore I use. I know every drugstore is different. CVS, Walmart, Kroger. Anyway, that feels like an easy fix to me. Am I wrong there? If you work at a pharmacy and have some more insight on this, hit me up. Let me know. But that just seems like an easy fix. Like touch some kind of separate, kind of maybe pull up in the parking lot, shoot that text. Restaurants have perfected this. Put restaurateurs in charge of figuring all this out for everybody, and they will come up with an immediate way to do it. That industry, God bless them, man. They have adapted. It ain't going to work for all of them. Some of them are just, especially your finer dining places. Some places you just don't want to get a steak to go. Some places you just don't want to get pasta to go. But these places innovate. The mother of all invention is necessity. Isn't that the saying? Restaurant business, they live so hand to mouth, week to week. Even your nicest ones, they're going to figure out a way to stay in business to the best of their ability. Let them figure this crap out for everybody. It would do some good to get some blue collar business owners and management and workers involved in these decision making things. Not everybody needs a damn college degree to have common sense. Let's see. Jason, Uber drugs. Absolutely, man. That's See what I mean? Stellar idea. My buddy Jason Mars, local business owner, has been forever, or used to be, very hands-on, blue-collar dude. Gets it. Absolutely gets it. I love that, man. Love that. Uber drugs. Perfect. Drop it off in your mailbox, or have if you're ill enough, have a separate mailbox like the Clarion Ledger used to do. They'd have that little plastic extra mailbox that was waterproof to put your paper in. Man, have that set up. Now, look, I get it. I guess, people would see your Walgreens mailbox and steal your medicine. But, shoot you a text. Like I sent DoorDash, Chick-fil-A to my daughter for lunch today. And you get the text. They send you the picture when they're there. You just got to, some self-responsibility. I know that's a foreign statement to some people, but take some self-responsibility and, know how my medicine's here. Let me run out and get it real quick. Got to be on top of some things. Can't let it sit there all day. Don't get it delivered if you ain't going to be there to pick it up. Anyway, I digress. That's become my new, it is what it is. I digress a lot here lately. Well, look, I think that's all I got. Let me run through my screenshots real quick. Make sure I'm not missing anything. That's really about it. Oh, I did see somebody sent me something last night. Minnesota is doing a, you know what? I'm not going to get into that. It can come across the wrong way. But Minnesota is doing well, screw it, I'll do it anyway. A black state fair. Come on, man. How are we going to be equal and diverse if we're doing stuff like that? Let's not go down that rabbit hole. Nonsense. Do a state fair. There was something else I just saw that reminded me of something here. Well, lost it and I don't remember. So, man, I guess that's it, dude. Ladies, gentlemen, thank y'all so much for tuning in to Save Jackson Live, Jackson Uncensored, whatever you want to call it. America Uncensored. I don't know. We're branching out into more and more stuff here. Like I said, man, it means the world to me that y'all tune in and give me the opportunity to do this. It's opening up. Okay, I do remember what I was going to talk about. And God, I can't believe I almost slipped my mind. I've got 2 monster interviews I'm working on. One with a former and hopefully future governor candidate. Cannot wait to get that lined up. And one is going to be a huge Facebook Live thing that I'm hoping to happen tomorrow or Sunday. Not going to put it all out there, but it's going to be big. It's going to be probably the single biggest thing or it's absolutely the most important thing this channel's ever done since I've started this. Letting somebody get out there unedited live. That's a big thing. I like live, no edits. I don't want anybody to say, well, Clay chopped it up or I was taken out of context or anything like that. If we're gonna do some of this stuff, it's gonna be live. Love it. There's live without a net. Hopefully I'll get that announced in the morning. I just got a secure location to do a little 2-hour or so interview. Can't do it at my house. So working on that. If you own a bar or a restaurant or an office that's got really good internet and you're not doing anything tomorrow during the day, hit me up. I would love to use your location. I'll give you a ton of free advertising for it. Maybe that's my route to go there. Bring my rig. We'll set up. We'll talk really good about your spot. Let everybody know what you got going on. And I just need a little private space to interview a lady for a couple hours and let her tell her side of the story on something, get some stuff off of her chest, and may be able to start using you for everything that I do. Just throwing that out there. All right. Thank y'all. God bless. All that good stuff. Y'all have a great weekend. I'm going to try to do this again. I mean, everything works out right. We're going to do a 2-hour long thing tomorrow with a lady. But as long as I have something interesting to say, I'm going to keep doing these videos. I'm not going to get on here just to get on here. So the plan is to keep doing them as long as there's something to talk about, and God knows they keep giving us stuff to talk about. So that kind of goes without saying. Y'all hit the share buttons, hit the love, likes, tag people. Man, like I said, then that goes further. Y'all hit the share buttons, hit the love, likes. Didn't mean to do that. That goes further than anything, man. I see these hearts blowing up. I love it. It helps our engagement. It helps everything we do social media-wise. It does matter if y'all like what you're seeing. We are working on the fans thing, the subscription deal. I had to wait on a thing to get here so I could get back to doing my car ride stuff. That's still all systems go. Just had some ill family members, and of all the equipment I have, man, I've been having some equipment issues as far as just the right little thing to do the right little thing. It blows my mind sometimes how stuff doesn't work. Done a ton of videos. I did a 4K South Jackson ride around video last night or yesterday. Went back down McDowell Road. I guess I just keep running my mouth here. We went back down McDowell Road yesterday afternoon and down through South Jackson, all in 4K. I'm having hell getting that uploaded from my memory card to my computer for whatever reason. It's on there. I'm just trying to get it moved to the right folder so I can upload it to my Adobe Photoshop or whatever and get it edited. I've got 3 or 4 videos I'm working on, stuff that made this channel what y'all love about old and abandoned stuff. Got the Castle of Raymond video. I went back by the cemetery at Elton Road there the other day. I'm probably going to get that posted first thing in the morning. No problems with it. Anyway, tons of stuff coming up. I've been busting my ass. I just, my wife, God bless her, man. She's so supportive. She lets me do this and lets y'all have this big piece of me in my time. And so thank her so much. Thank you, Crystal. I love you. She's been feeling a little down, so let's send her some prayers. And again, love my wife. Thank her so much for allowing me to take the time every night to do this. All right, that's it. I'm out. Y'all stay tuned to the channel. And save Jackson. Save America. God bless you.